Hello and welcome to the Premier League. My name is Gary Lineker and this is Matchday 10 of the Premier League. And these are the matches that we are featuring here today. As we have two oil clubs, the two richest clubs in the world, Manchester City, travelling to St James's Park to take on a new rich club, Newcastle United. And then we go to White Hart Lane in the North London derby as Spurs take on the league leaders Arsenal. And now let's get to the action first between Newcastle and Manchester City. And let's get to the action right now between the two clubs. And we are live in the northeast of Great Britain as we have the richest club in the world from Saudi Arabia, Newcastle United, taking on the richest club also in the world as well, also from the United Arab Emirates, and that is Manchester City. As both rich clubs are going toe-to-toe each other here today in this matchup here in the Premier League. And Man City are pushed themselves in that third position, the Premiership table, and hopefully by the end of this match day they can be top of the Premier League. Depends on the results between Arsenal's game and also Chelsea's game, as both teams are on the same points as Man City, but Chelsea and Arsenal have got better goal difference compared to Man City, so let's hope to see if Man City overcome Newcastle here at St James's Park. But for Newcastle, we've got Nick Pope in goal, Kieran Trippier, Botman, we've got Dan Burn, we've got Joe Willock, we've got Gomes and Joe Linton up front with Callum Wilson, and also as well Almiron and Alan St-Maximin for the Newcastle team. And now we go to the Newcastle team, now to the Man City team here today, as we have the Sky Blues, Man City, as they line up like this here today. As we have in goal, we've got Edison in goal for Man City. We have defence Kyle Walker, Diaz, Laporte and Cancelo. We have Jude Bellingham and also Phil Foden, the young teenager, playing as well, and he did in the other game against Wolves last game. And up front we have Benzema and Sterling and also Carilla up front for Guardiola's Man City here today's match. We know that Man City of course did very well in their last matchup, beat Wolves last week in Matchday 9. And they're going to carry on this momentum up the table. They're doing quite well, Man City, this season. They only lost one game this season, in the first game of the season to Chelsea. And since then, they've been unstoppable ever since. So here we go. Let's get to the matchup. Newcastle kick off first as we have the Geordies, Newcastle, playing at home to Man City. Now Kieran Trippier. Now Dan Burn. Now to Gomes for Newcastle. Lost the ball there to... now here's Benzema now. On the attack here, Benzema swings it to Sterling, and Man City are in the lead in the early stage of the matchup. And Raheem Sterling puts Man City, the Sky Blues, in front in this matchup. What a great goal that is there. And Newcastle United are now trailing by 1-0. And all thanks right there from a goal there from Raheem Sterling. And now Man City are in front in this match. And now Newcastle obviously very disappointed to actually concede an early goal like that in the 4th minute of the game. Now it's Miguel Almiron. Now Benzema. Sterling. Now it's Walker. Now Bellingham. Save right there from Nick Pope. Now corner. Now Phil Foden. Header away from Dan Burn. Now Willock. On the attack here. Now Willock now to Wilson. Now Diaz. And now it's Benzema. Now Sterling. Now it's Benzema. Sways it there. A goal! And Jude Bellingham puts it 2 for Man City. And Newcastle are getting stuffed there at home, as Man City have been all over Newcastle so far in this matchup in the early 12 minutes of the game. And now it's now 2-0 to Man City. They've been absolutely destroying Newcastle's defence, and Newcastle are very in the process so far this season, since they've been took over by Mike Ashley now from Saudi Arabia Consortium, and it'll take time for them to build a great team. You'll give him a bit of time. But now here Almiron anyway, so have the ball here for Newcastle. Now going back to the match, Almiron now the ball on the attack here for Newcastle. Now Almiron on the attack here, looking for a goal here maybe to get back in the matchup. Now Callum Wilson wins it. Lost it there from Diaz. And Diaz now pass ball to Raheem Sterling. And now here's Willock. Almiron. He's through. It could be a chance. It could be. Chance. Oh, set blocked there for defender. Corner for Newcastle. The first corner of the game for the black and white stripes. The Toon Army. Now Trippier crosses it in. Head over there from Dan Burn. And a save right there from Edison. Corner kick here for Newcastle. Now Trippier crosses it into the box. Chance. Oh my god, that could have been Almiron. What a save there from Edison right there to keep that one out. What a save he made out of that. And now Man City win the ball back here now. Now Benzema. Now carrying in Benzema now to Corella. Now to Phil Foden. Now Foden now. Great ball there to Kyle Walker. Now Walker now to Benzema. Good defending there. That's going to be now a corner kick here. Now Man City will take this corner very short here. Now pass it there to Sterling. Sterling. Now Walker. Oh, looking for a third. We only played 26 minutes of the game and it's now 2-0 already. It could be 3, it could have been. Now pass ball short to Botman. Now to Dan Burn. Now Trippier. Now Willock. Lost it. And now here's Benzema. And now Botman. And that's going to be now a free kick is going to be. Benzema. Now Diaz now to Laporte. Now shot. Oh, save there from Nick Pope. Cross it into the box. For a third. Oh, save there from Nick Pope there. And that's not nice. It's a free kick here for Newcastle. So I think he hit one of the player in the hand. I think Benzema's hand by mistake. So he's going to be passing for a free kick here in Newcastle now. Now to Gomes. Now to Willock. Now is Palos Vossa. And now here's a chance. Now Benzema now. Sterling. Bellingham. Sterling goal. And Man City are 3 up in the match. 3 goals up. And they've scored another great goal right there. And Sterling puts Man City 3 goals up before half time. Yeah, they've been absolutely all over Newcastle. Newcastle been absolutely hopeless so far this match. And now it's Newcastle 0, Man City 3. Now here's Almiron. Now Willock. Now is Wilson on the attack here. Shot, save there from Edison. Edison now with the ball. Now Diaz. Now Sterling on the attack. Now cross it. Oh my god, now pass it nicely there. Oh, he lost the ball. Oh my god, what was that goalkeeping right there from Nick Pope? As now Benzema has scored. What a mistake he made at the back right there from Newcastle. Pass it back to Nick Pope. Nick Pope tried to control the ball and then he lost it and Benzema hit Benzema's leg and went to the goal, and it's now 4-0. What was happening there at the back there? Newcastle defence. They've been very poor. They've been found out right there by Man City. And it's now 4-0 before half time. Newcastle getting thrashed here before in the first half here. Now there's Almiron now on the attack. Maybe some hope get back in the game here for Newcastle here. For the Toon Army. Now is Almiron now on the attack here. Almiron's through a save there from Edison. Can get 1 goal back in the match at least. But now Jude Bellingham now the ball here. Might look for a 5th now. Here's Sterling now on the attack here now for Man City. And now Raheem Sterling now on the attack. Have a shot. Oh, good defending right there from Newcastle's defence. And that's all over here at St James's Park. And Newcastle United are trading here at St James's Park by 4-0. All thanks from Benzema and Sterling and Jude Bellingham as well. As those 3 players have put themselves on the score sheet. As Man City are leading here by 4-0 here at the St James's Park. Okay, we're back for the second half and here we go. Man City are leading by 4-0 here. There's no one can stop them, I don't think. Now it's Corella now the ball on the attack here now for Man City. Now Corella's through. Good defending there from Dan Burn there for Newcastle. Ain't taking no prisoners at all. Now is Wilson on the attack here now. Now to Joe Linton. And now is St Maximan. And now Willock. Shot. Oh, saved. Almiron. Boots the ball away. Jimenez. Foden. And now is Phil Foden. Now is Wilson. Now Longstaff. And now it's going to be a substitution off right now. Danilo will come on. And then the young player, the midfielder, will be coming off for Man City. There's some possible short. Now to Diaz. Now Benzema. On the attack. Phil Foden. Now Botman. Now Almiron. Laporte. Now Almiron. Okay, that's going to be in the attack now. Now is Laporte. Now Phil Foden. Now Trippier. Now Benzema on the attack, a goal! And Man City are 5 goals up in the match. And it's no way back now, I don't think, here for Newcastle. They've been absolutely bullied here at St James's Park. Man City are one of the biggest teams in the match. They're probably the favourites likely to win this matchup. And Newcastle are being stuffed here at St James's Park at their home ground. There's no way back now for Newcastle now. And there you go. All the Newcastle crowd is just so quiet. It's like a library here at St James's Park. Now it's Joe Linton now. To Callum Wilson. Now it's Alan St Maximan. Not had much in the game so far in this match. Maximan now lost it now to now Corella now for Man City. Now Alan St Maximan now on the attack here. Is he going to have a chance here? Shot from Almiron. Oh, that could have been a goal back here for Newcastle, but saved there from Edison. They cleared that one out. And oh, it could have been. Okay, now is Grimeles. Now is Wilson. Now to Grimeles now again. And now is Diaz. Now to Grimeles. Now to Wilson. Might get a goal back in the match here, maybe. And it's a save there from the keeper. He stopped that one from going to the back of the net. But save. Nice boot away. And now, oh, try to. Now is Paul Dummett. Now Grimeles. Now Wilson. Okay, good defending. Now Benzema. On the attack here. Now here's Wilson. Now Trippier. Oh! Now Trippier again. Cross into the box. Oh! Save! Now is substitution now. Laporte will come off and Manuel Akiji will come on. Now is Kieran Trippier. Now clear it away. Handball! No, it's not. If it was a handball, I think it was a bit of a foul, I think it was. But now Man City got the ball though. It's an attack here from Phil Foden here. Now Phil Foden trying to win the ball, tack it in. Good defending there from Newcastle. Now is St Maximan. We're in the 90th minute of the matchup now. The 90 minutes in the game we are now. Maximan on the attack here now. Now to Skara now. Now Guimaraes. Now is Jude Bellingham right now. Now Corella. And that's now going to be a yellow card. Yellow card's been given here for Man City. Now here's Walker now to Danilo. And that's going to be that. Full time. The whistle's blown at St James's Park, and it was a good game it was, but Newcastle were destroyed. Eddie Howe's side was destroyed. Guardiola's team spanked them at home today. Newcastle looked disappointed, of course, losing 5-0 today, but for Man City, however, done quite well today, and 2 goals from Karim Benzema to make Man City gain 3 points in the Premier League as it ends at St James's Park. Newcastle 0, Manchester City 5 at the end of the match. The full-time whistle was officially blown here at St James's Park as Newcastle were absolutely destroyed by Man City by 5-0. Benzema scored 2 goals, and also as well Sterling scored 2 goals in the matchup, and they've been absolutely destroyed. And Newcastle, however, can leave St James's Park being disappointed themselves. But Man City, however, are a different kind of cat. They're one of the richest clubs for the last 11 years, and Newcastle a bit premature in the process of trying to be a big club, in fact, in the Premier League for years to come. So it was going to be a one-sided game anyways. But congratulations to Man City, and the game ended by 5-0. And now, let's go now to the North London derby, as we have Tottenham Hotspur, and they're taking against the league leaders, Arsenal. And let's get to the match. And we are here, the North London derby, between Arsenal, travel here to the other side of North London, to Tottenham, that played Spurs here today. A big matchup in the cards here between two sides. It's whites versus reds. Who will lead as supreme for North London? Will it be Arsenal or will it be Spurs? As both teams are going at it here today. And for Arsenal, however, they are doing so well this season so far in the Premier League. Won every single match apart from Leeds, and they lost 3-2 on match day 4 of the Premier League. But ever since then, they've won every single match, and they've destroyed everybody in their path. I wonder why they are top of the Premier League with a better goal difference compared to Man City and Chelsea. But anyway, for Spurs, they've got Lopez in goal, Royale defence, Romero, Eric Dyer, Ben Davies and Ryan Sigurdsson. We have his Kulusevski, Fekir, Højbjerg and Son Heung-min, and up front on his own, we have his Aspas on his own for Spurs. There's a very big match between the two teams. It's bragging rights between the Reds and the Whites. It goes back when Arsenal, however, moved from Woolwich to North London like 100 years ago, and that's why Spurs and Arsenal are rivals for a reason. However, in goal we got Ramsdale, we got Tomiyasu, Saliba, Ben White and Gabriel. We have his Saka, Odegaard, Aqua and also Smith Rowe after being replaced by Martinelli. Is out for a few months after being injured to Wolves a couple of weeks ago. And we've got Jesus up front and also Zaha up front for Arsenal as well. And now we've got this matchup. We know that Martinelli's going to be out for a few months after the injury suffered against Wolves on match day 8 of the Premier League. So instead we've got Smith Rowe. He did play in that last game at Newcastle last when they beat them by 4-2. And he carries on playing here today's match against Spurs in this North London derby. And this is it. Big match between the two. Bragging rights. And here we go. We are here at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium as it's Spurs taking on here Arsenal. And now Jesus is through here. Could be a good start to the matchup. Good defend there from Romero right there for Tottenham. Now is Odegaard now. Now Saka on the attack here for Arsenal. Might look for a goal in the early stage of the matchup maybe for the Gunners maybe. Chance maybe for Saka on the attack here. Shot maybe. Oh, what a save there. Could have been a goal really quickly there. Good save there from Lopez. Now it's Fekir now for Spurs. And on their counter-attack here now to Aspas now. Aspas has got the ball here. Knocks it there to Fekir. Fekir's through. And Spurs are in the lead. And Tottenham are 1-0 up to Arsenal in this game. In the North London derby. What a good start to the matchup so far for Spurs. As Arsenal had a very good start to the matchup, trying to have a chance against the goalkeeper Lopez. But in the other end, they had the ball, went the other end there for a counter-attack, and then scored the first counter-attack goal. And now Spurs are in the lead here by 1-0. All thanks for Fekir, as Spurs are now 1-0 up in the matchup here. And Mourinho's side are in the lead in this game here at the stadium here at White Hart Lane. So Spurs are in the lead. Now Gabriel Jesus, now to Martinelli here. Now Odegaard, now Saka. Now Zaha now, the ball here for Arsenal. Now here's Gabriel Jesus on the attack here. Lost the ball here now to Christian Romero now for Spurs. And now here's Kulusevski. Now Romero. Now good ball here. Now Gabriel. Now Aqua. Now Zaha. And now maybe here Jesus is through here on the counter-attack here. Jesus! Could be a goal back in the game for Arsenal, but save again there from Lopez. Now Højbjerg now for Tottenham. Now to Fekir. And now Fekir now to Højbjerg now for Tottenham. On the counter-attack here for Spurs. Now trying to knock it here, but lost it now to Saliba. Now here's Jesus. Now here's now Jesus now to Zaha. Now Zaha now to Smith Rowe. Now Smith Rowe there on the attack here. Should be a chance here. Save there from the goalkeeper. Now throws it out right there. Now header there now to Kulusevski here for Tottenham. On the attack here. The Swedish forward now for Tottenham on the attack here now against Arsenal defence. Now is Fekir. Could be a chance here. Save there from Ramsdale. Corner here. Song. And away. Now Kulusevski. Now Fekir. Now Ramsdale boots the ball away. Now here's Saka. Zaha. And now here's Højbjerg now to Fekir. Now Aspas. Aspas! What a goal from Tottenham! Aspas with his weak foot tops it into the top corner over past Ramsdale. And Arsenal are now trailing by 2-0 against Spurs. Oh my God. Tottenham are going wild here at White Hart Lane. What a shot there. Weak foot that was as well. Over Ramsdale, past him. And now Spurs are now 2-0 up against Arsenal. And now Spurs now might get for a third here. Arsenal lost the ball. Now Aspas might look for a third goal. And then Gabriel defends it off there for Arsenal here. Yeah, what a goal there from Aspas, got to say. What a shot. Now Smith Rowe now. With the ball here for Arsenal. Good defend there from Royale right there. Good defend here for... now Spurs now got a... well, against a throw-in here. Now Arsenal got a throw-in here. Now to Smith Rowe. Now to Gabriel Jesus. Now Jesus now on the attack here for... now here's Romero here. Now to Fekir. And now pressed on here now for Spurs. But now... Arsenal on the ball back now. Here's Odegaard. Now here's Jesus. Now here's Odegaard here for Arsenal. Okay, now Romero. Now Aspas. Aspas is through. Okay, free kick here for Arsenal here. Now Aqua. Now Odegaard. Now Odegaard now the Norwegian and midfielder. On the attack here for Arsenal. Good defender there from Spurs here. The Højbjerg. The Højbjerg now. Now nice there to Aspas here. Now Højbjerg. Now here's a chance for Fekir. A goal and Spurs are now 3-0 up against Arsenal. There's no way back now for the lead leaders in the Premier League, Arsenal, as Mikel Arteta's team have conceded 3 goals here against their arch rivals here, Spurs. They've turned up here today very nicely there, they did top them. They've been very all over Arsenal here today. A great goal there for Fekir. And Spurs are now marching in, as now it's 3-0 to Tottenham here against the Gunners here at White Hart Lane. Now is Odegaard. Now to Aqua. Now to Højbjerg. Now here's Song. Now I lost it down to Tomiyasu. Now Tomiyasu. Now to Aqua. Nice, weak foot there, shot past there, long pass, but it wasn't given. There's a half time now, the whistle's blown. And now it's a very disappointing first half for Arsenal here, the league leaders, as they are actually the second best in this matchup, because Spurs have been all over Arsenal throughout the 45 minutes of the game. And there's no hope for the Gunners at the moment, as the score at half time is Spurs 3, Arsenal 0. And we are back here for the second half, and here we go. And it is Spurs. Oh, lost the ball here, there, Spurs. And now Arsenal might go for a counter attack here. Now is Aqua now. And now Tomiyasu. Good start here for Arsenal here in the second half. I think Arteta's really drilled into them in the second half to get back in the game. Now Spurs with the ball back though, anyways. Now here's Fekir. Now to Aspas. Now here's Kulusevski. Now Kulusevski now for Tottenham here. Now Højbjerg. And now Aspas could go for 4. Saved there from Ramsdale. Keep that one out. And now here's Saliba now. Here's now to Aqua. Now to Martin Odegaard here for Arsenal here. Now Odegaard on the attack here. Now Odegaard. Oh, now on the ball back here. Pass it now. Boots it away there from Lopez. Head away there. Now to Højbjerg. Now Song. Now Saliba. Now White. Now Aqua. Now Odegaard. Odegaard's through. Odegaard gets 1 goal back in the game. And that's 1 goal back. Consolation goal there for Arsenal. Maybe a comeback it could be. And now here we go. And now we are here in the square circle now. And Spurs now kick off after that goal was conceded. Now Højbjerg now for Spurs. Now to Fekir. Now is Fekir now. Now to Tomiyasu. Now Odegaard. Okay, lost it there now to Eric Dyer. Now Dyer now to Højbjerg. And now it's a chance here for Fekir now for fourth here. Fekir. Oh my god, Fekir's through, and Spurs have extended their lead to 3 goals more against Arsenal. It could be hope for a comeback for the Gunners, but it doesn't look like it to me, as Spurs have extended their lead here at White Hart Lane, and the Tottenham fans are going wild. And Tottenham are now 4 goals up against Arsenal here at White Hart Lane. Even though Arsenal got better possession compared to Spurs, but they are losing though by 4 goals to 1. Now it's Aqua now on the attack here now. Aqua, shot saved there, and maybe now Arsenal back on the attack here now. They're back in the attack in this match. Now Aqua's going to be coming off here, and now Eddie Nketiah is going to be coming on here for Arsenal here. Hassiem Aqua will come off, and now Eddie Nketiah will come on for the Gunners in this match. Now is Saka. Cross it in. Header maybe. But referee's pointing to the spot for a penalty here, as Arsenal have got a penalty here, as Ryan Sessegnon accidentally handballed it. It was a deflection off his hand, or the ball ricocheted his hand in fact. And now it's a penalty for Arsenal. Maybe a comeback, just maybe a comeback, but we can't take that for lightly though. Now Saka will take it right now for Arsenal here. Now Bukayo Saka. Now Saka now. And he scores. And that's a goal there for Bukayo Saka. He's been good at penalties throughout this season so far. Another consolation goal there for the Gunners in this match. And Tomiyasu comes off, and Lucas Torreira comes on for Arsenal in the match. Here we go. Spurs now. Now is Torreira. Odegaard. Now Jesus. And now Sessegnon. Now Lopez. Now to Morello. Now is Royale right now for Spurs. Now Dyer. Now Fekir. Now Odegaard. Now is Smith Rowe. Now here's Kulusevski. Now here's Fekir. Now is Aspas on the attack here now. Knocks it there to Song. Højbjerg. And now Song. Kulusevski. Oh, that could have been 5. And a substitute's been made here. Odegaard's going to be coming off for Arsenal here. And Emiliano Buendia, who's going to be coming on for Arsenal. He scored against Newcastle last week. He did the 4th goal as a super sub. He might even do the exact same thing here to Tottenham, maybe so. We've got not long left the game, but now he's attacking now. Emiliano Buendia now for Arsenal now on the attack here. And good defending there from Royale now to Kulusevski. Now to Fekir. Now Aspas. Oh, that's the keeper right there, Ramsdale. Now, pass. Okay, now it's Smith Rowe. Now Aspas. Oh, it's a goal again. And now Spurs have made it 5-2 to the Gunners. And Aspas puts himself on the score sheet. A great goal right there for him. Nice ball. Knocked to that top corner of the goal. And now Spurs have extended their lead to 5-1 in the game, in this match. Okay, now here's Buendia. Now Saka on the attack here now for Arsenal here. Now Gabriel Jesus. Now Reguilon. And now here's Smith Rowe. Now Kulusevski. Now Song. Now throwing now for Spurs. Now Reguilon. That was a Song. Now Song on the attack here. Save right there for the keeper. And now corner here for Tottenham. Head up. Clear it away. Now is Lucas Tierra. Now is Eddie Nketiah. Now is Bantakar now for Spurs. Now Aspas. Now Zaha. Now Smith Rowe. Now Davis. And now here's Buendia. Now Saka is all over. And it's a huge win for Tottenham. North London is white, it seems. And Fekir scores 3 goals today. A hat-trick he scored against the North London rivals Arsenal in the North London derby. And Spurs are now promised to close the gap on top 4 after that victory. As the score at the end of the match was Tottenham 5, Arsenal 2. North London is white, Fekir scores a hat-trick, and Spurs supreme North London for now. And that makes them close the gap on the top 4 of the Premier League. But now, let's get to the game highlights throughout the Premier League for Matchday 10, as we go to those matches right now, of the 7 games across the country here in the Premier League for Matchday 10. And Liverpool on the counter-attack as Darwin Núñez was 1v1 to the goalkeeper Lucas Fabianski and puts Liverpool in the lead here in the early 12 minutes of the game as Jurgen Klopp's side the lead by 1-0 in the match so far. And a great pass from Jordan Henderson to pass the ball to Pablo Dybala. There's 1v1 to Fabianski and puts into the bottom corner of the goal to put Liverpool in the lead by now 2-0 before half time. All thanks from Pablo Dybala for Liverpool. However, there was actually a nice attack there from Mikel Artano for West Ham, and then puts it in and strikes it as the goalkeeper was beaten, unfortunately, Alisson, and West Ham are back in the game for now at the moment. And then Liverpool, however, made it 3-1 as Pablo Dybala was 1v1 solo to him, 1v1, and finished it into that top corner of the goal to put Liverpool 3-1 up in the match here at London Stadium. There's no hope now for West Ham United now in this game. With a nice cross from Cresswell for West Ham, and the ball ricocheted off of a hand in the box as Arnautovic had the ball to the hand of Darwin Núñez, and the referee pointed the spot for a penalty for West Ham United in the match. And hopefully this could be a comeback here for the Hammers. A nice little tap for Mark Arnautovic, just tapped the ball into the goal to make it 3-2, and hopefully a comeback could happen for the Hammers in the match. West Ham continued to press on as Antonio made a dramatic comeback after trailing by 3-1, and now it's 3-3, and West Ham didn't give up without a fight, as of course they were trailing by 3-1, and now it's 3-3, and they've been so good the last 3 matches so far since they lost their last game to Newcastle 4 games ago, as Benitez has changed the West Ham culture from actually drawing to Spurs beating Watford, and now got a draw out of Liverpool, the mighty Liverpool, his former club. And West Ham United got themselves a point to get themselves outside the relegation zone for now. As a score here at the West Ham Stadium, as it was West Ham United 3, Liverpool 3 at the end of the game. And there's a good chance for Leon Bailey to make it 1-0 to Aston Villa, as a chance was given but saved by Bouchman to keep that one out for Watford. But Aston Villa didn't give up without a fight, as actually Leon Bailey had a few shots but rebounded back to Bouchman twice, and finally for the third attempt that ball went over the line as Aston Villa are in the lead by 1-0, finally so. From great saves from Bouchman to keep one out, but unfortunately for the third time that ball went over the line and it's now 1-0 to Villa. Second half for Aston Villa, and Aston Villa press on as Ollie Watkins assisted Leon Bailey to make it 2-0. But unfortunately the ref blew at the whistle as it was offside as the goal was disallowed. But however this time around, Aston Villa's potential second goal was allowed, as it was a great goal for the young 19-year-old Jacob Ramsey with his first senior goal for his boyhood club to put Aston Villa 2 goals up against Watford at Vicarage Road. Ollie Watkins tried to make Aston Villa go 3 goals up, but he was denied by Bouchman for Watford in the game. The match ended here today, here at Vicarage Road, as Aston Villa got themselves 2 goals in the matchup here today and 3 points after their disappointing defeat to Spurs last week, as Jacob Ramsey and Leon Bailey put themselves on the score sheet as the game ended here today at Vicarage Road as Watford 0, Aston Villa 2 in the match. AFC Richmond, however, pressed on as Danny Rojas crossed the ball in, and a nice shot there from Colin Hughes to put AFC Richmond in front in the matchup here at the Brentford Community Stadium. Great cross from him, and Hughes met that ball and strikes it first time without no goalkeeper there, and now it's 1-0 to Richmond here at the London derby between the West London side Brentford and the South London side AFC Richmond. And however, Brentford got themselves back in the game as Kasper Dolberg strikes it into that bottom corner of the goal to put Brentford in level terms in the matchup, as Brentford now 1-0 here against AFC Richmond in the game in this match. AFC Richmond giving away a penalty as the ball defended off of Makudu's hand, and Brentford won themselves a penalty in the match to put themselves for the first time ever in the lead. And Brentford put it into that top corner of the goal, and Brentford equalised to make it 2-1 in the matchup to put themselves in the lead for the first time in the game. And Brentford extended their lead to make it 3-1 in the matchup from a great cross from Brian Abubo, and Josh Da Silva striked it to put Brentford extend their lead by 3-1 in the matchup to make sure they get themselves their first home win of their season in the top flight ever since 1947. It was a chance, it was for AFC Richmond to try and get themselves back in the game. It was a nice cross from Sanya, and David Reyes had the ball, and it's a great save there from David Raya, the goalkeeper, to keep that one out for Brentford, as it's still 3-1 to Brentford in the match. And however, Richmond finally got themselves a goal in the late stage of the matchup as Sanya scores, and Richmond are now 3-2, and maybe, just maybe, in the last couple seconds they could get themselves a comeback. But at the moment, Brentford are still leading by 3-1 in the game. And it's all over here at the Brentford Community Stadium here today, as Brentford, however, got themselves their first victory at home this season in their top flight history since 1947, and got themselves their first win at home this season. And Kasper Dolberg scored 2 goals for Brentford and also Josh Da Silva scored one of those goals for the Bees here today, as it was Brentford 3, AFC Richmond 2 here at the Brentford Community Stadium here in West London. Nice counter-attack from Jamie Vardy as he strikes it, and he went to a save from Dean Henderson's hand to the post, and then he went back to Leicester's player, to Harvey Barnes, and striked it to make it 1-0 to Leicester, as the Foxes are leading against Pompey by 1-0 at the King Power Stadium. Portsmouth had some luck as Ivan Toney placed a ball in the top corner of the goal to make it 1-1, as they needed something in the match, as they are currently sitting bottom of the league with only one win this season so far. Leicester City are back in front of the game as James Maddison sweated the ball to Jamie Vardy to make it 2-1 to the Foxes at the King Power Stadium, as Portsmouth didn't hold on for long in the game so far before half time. And however, Portsmouth trying to get to 2-2 in the game. Is Eze passed the ball nicely there to McAllister, had a shot but it hit the siding, and it could have been 2-2, but it's still 2-1 to Leicester. And Leicester got themselves another goal, as it was Enzo Perez lobbed the goalkeeper Dean Henderson over to put Leicester City 3-1 up in the match at the King Power Stadium, and Portsmouth's defence was very leaky at the back, and now it's 3-1 Leicester. But Leicester wanted more, as Kieran Dewsbury-Hall assisted Jamie Vardy as he placed it into that bottom corner of the goal to put Leicester City 4-1 up in the match here at the King Power Stadium, as Portsmouth was so vulnerable even more, and Leicester City tried to kill him off in the end of the game. And a great goal there for Vardy for his second goal in today's matchup here at the King Power Stadium. And back-to-back wins for the Foxes, as they are now climbing up the table in the Premier League, up towards 8th, towards those European places. And Leicester City were a very good team by beating Southampton, by beating AFC Richmond, and now to Portsmouth. And they have got straight consecutive victories so far this season. And now Leicester City, of course, won the match here today, as it ended here at the King Power Stadium, as it was Leicester City 4, Portsmouth 1. Corner kick for Everton from Anthony Gordon, who crossed the ball into the box, and there was actually a handball from one of the players for Leeds. It was actually Junior Firpo, as unfortunately the ball ricocheted his hand, and the referee pointed the spot for an early penalty in the game at Ellen Road to the away side, Everton, in the game. And Dominic Calvert-Lewin got himself the 1-0 lead for Everton in the early stage of the matchup in that bottom corner of the goal, as Everton, the Toffees, are leading now by a 1-0 from Dominic Calvert-Lewin. It was a nice chance there for Leeds United to get themselves back in the game in the early stage of the match, but saved by Jordan Pickford to stop that one for going to the back of the net, and Leeds win themselves a corner kick in the match. However, Leeds United in the second half, however, it was actually from Stinier, had a shot and scored, and finally Leeds, however, in the second half, got themselves in level terms in the matchup, as Everton hold on throughout the whole first half, but straight in the second half, Stinier for Leeds United got themselves now 1-1 in the match, as it's Leeds 1, Everton 1. And however, Leeds got themselves another goal in the match, as Calvin Phillips passed the ball there nicely to Patrick Bamford and scored, and put now Leeds in front in the matchup after losing by 1-0 in the first half. Leeds responded back with 2 goals in the second half, as Leeds are back in front for the first time in this matchup. And Dominic Calvert-Lewin went on a solo 1v1 against Moulier, the Leeds keeper, to put themselves back in level terms to make it 2-2 in the game at Ellen Road. In the last minute of the game, Leeds scored as Rafinha passed the ball to Bamford, and then Bamford found Rodrigo on his own and striked it in an empty net and broke Everton's hearts as Leeds scored in the last minute of the game to make it 3-2 and got themselves the 3 points in the game. Another victory for Leeds, however, at Ellen Road. They've been very consistent at home throughout this season so far, and they haven't lost a single game yet at home this season, as the score ended here today as Leeds United 3, Everton 2. And Manchester United got themselves in the lead in the early stage of the match as McTominay passed the ball nicely there to Marcus Rashford, 1v1 to Joe Hart, and smashed it into that bottom corner of the goal to put Man United in the lead here at Old Trafford here in this game. And however, there was actually a nice ball there from Harry Kane, the pass to Sancho, then back to Rashford, and he strikes it against Joe Hart, beats him again, and Man U extend their lead to make it 2-0 here at Old Trafford as the Reds are leading here now to 2-0, and Celtic look very vulnerable now. And however, Celtic from Edouard was 1v1 to Navas and lobbed Navas, and Celtic got themselves a goal in the match. And maybe, just maybe, this could be a very good game we might have in our hands here at Old Trafford. And however, Celtic again got another goal again to make it 2-2, from 2-0 down to 2-2 as David Turnbull scores to make Celtic go 2-2 in the matchup. They are struggling so far in the Premier League at the moment, but get a draw at Old Trafford will be massive. That's a nice goal there from Navas, I've got to say. Beat him again, and that's 2-2. And Man U had a little cross there from Bruno Fernandes. There was actually a handball there from Union, and the referee pointed to the spot for a penalty to put Man United back in front in the match, as the glory for Celtic were in the last 4 minutes of the match. But unfortunately, it was actually heartbreak as they give away a penalty. And Harry Kane places it into that top corner of the goal, and Man U are now back in front here against Celtic in the game. So they did try to get back, but then however Man U got themselves a penalty before half time, and now it's 3-2 Man U. In the second half, however, Marcus Rashford outpaced the Celtic defence and striked it with a nice shot over past Joe Hart and put Man United 4-2 up in the game. It was a nice ball, I've got to say, strikes in his right foot, and Joe Hart was beaten, and now it's 4-2 to Manchester United in the game. And however, Marcus Rashford there on the counter-attack here looked for another goal, and he did, and he scored a hat-trick in the matchup as Manchester United have made it 5 against Celtic, 5 goals past Celtic, and now Man United are now 5-2 up here at Old Trafford, and Joe Hart was beaten once more. And then however, Man United there, great ball from Martial, pass ball to Sancho, and Sancho scores, and it's now 6-2 to Manchester United. They might be struggling so far on the Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, but he's picked up a great result here, it looks like, as they've scored 6 past Celtic, and now it's 6-2 to Manchester United in the match. And a great goal for Sancho, the British man, equalises to make it 6-2. Then the young 20-year-old from Man United, Elanga, the Swedish forward, scores to score his first goal for Manchester United as a super sub, as Elanga makes it 7-2 for Man U to kill off the game, as Celtic look flawless in this match. And a great goal for Elanga, the young 20-year-old Swedish forward. A great hat-trick for Marcus Rashford. He won the match ball and scored 4 goals past Joe Hart today. And Man United's poor form so far this season might be being forgotten now after those 7 goals they've scored here at Old Trafford. As the official result here at Old Trafford was Manchester United 7, Celtic 2. And Chelsea in the early stage of the match from Tammy Abraham beat the defenders of Rangers and then slotted it home to put Chelsea 1-0 up in the match. A great goal from Tammy Abraham, and it was a great goal from him, and he's really the player of the season so far, or the goals he's scored already this season, to put Chelsea in good form so far this season under Thomas Tuchel. And then however, it was a great 1v1 there from Mertens, but swayed it to Tammy Abraham again to score his second goal for Chelsea. 2 goals up and 2 goals from Abraham, and Mertens right there sweated it nicely, and all you had to do is just tap it in. And now Chelsea are now 2-0 up here against Rangers here today, and a great goal from them, and it's now 2-0. And a corner kick there from Rangers, however. It's a nice chance, but save from Ben Mendy, the keeper for Chelsea, to keep that one out. A nice header there from Rangers, but Mendy saved that one, and it's still 2-0 to Chelsea. And a cross came in from Tavernier for Rangers, crossed into the box. There's a shot, volley, but saved by Mendy. There was a nice, beautiful strike it was there from Lawrence, and then he strikes it home, but then Mendy saved that one to keep that one out. And now it's still 2-0 to Chelsea, and Rangers keep on pressing on the Chelsea's defence. Then, however, there was a nice ball there from Cucurella, the pass ball there to Abraham, and then Mertens strikes it into that bottom corner of the goal to put Chelsea 3-0 up in the matchup, and it was no hope now for Rangers whatsoever as Chelsea destroyed them, and really rightly so they should be, because Rangers have been absolutely poor so far in this match, and Chelsea are 3-0 up. Then, however, there's a great ball there from Ramsey to give the ball to James Tavernier, the captain for Rangers. And finally, Rangers got themselves a consolation goal in the game. A great ball from Ramsey, the pass ball there to James Tavernier, and then strikes it home. And now it's 1 goal back for Rangers in the game, but they're still losing here by 3-1. Then, however, it was a nice ball there from Luis Alberto, and scored from the roof of the net. And the away supporters from Chelsea behind the goal look so relieved and so happy, as now Chelsea extend their lead to 4-1 here against Rangers. Nice win there for Chelsea, however. That puts them top of the Premier League. And Tuchel, since he took over the reins of Ralf Rangnick, he's done so well for Chelsea. And they've been pressed on in the Premier League, competing at the top of the Premier League again for the first time since the last 2-3 seasons. And it's a great win for them here at Rangers Stadium. As the game ended here today, as it was Rangers 1, Chelsea 4. Wolverhampton Wanderers won themselves a penalty from Raul Jimenez, and all he had to do is just put it into that left corner of the goal, and Wolves are in the lead by 1-0 against Southampton. Alex McCarthy was beaten, and Wolves are now 1-0 up here at Molineux. And then, however, it was actually Southampton pressed on here as Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain scored from a awkward little deflection from a defender, and Southampton, the Saints, are now level at Molineux. That was a great goal there from Oxlade-Chamberlain, and now it's 1-1. In the second half, Southampton got themselves in the lead by Danny Ings as Southampton go 2-1 up after half-time, as Wolves' hard work from leading by 1-0, but having Southampton score 2 goals puts them in a very awkward position now, and Southampton, the strugglers in the Premier League, are in the lead here at Molineux. Then, however, Wolves got themselves back in the match as a great goal from Wang Hee-Chang, as Wolves are now level in the game again to make it 2-2, as Southampton's lead wasn't really enough, unfortunately, so for the last 12 minutes of the game. But now Wolves are now level in the matchup from a great goal right there from Wang Hee-Chang. And then Wolverhampton Wanderers got themselves in the lead again as Donna Traore had a shot, hit McCarthy's hand, deflected off his hand, went into his own net, or the ball rolled to his own net, and Wolves are in the lead here by 3-2, all thanks to a goal there from Adama Traore. And that was awkward goalkeeping there from Alex McCarthy as the ball rolled into the goal, and now it's 3-2. The official results for Matchday 10 of the Premier League. Brentford 3, AFC Richmond 2, Leeds 3, Everton 2, Leicester 2, Portsmouth 1, Manchester United 7, Celtic 2, Newcastle 0, Manchester City 5, Rangers 1, Chelsea 4, Tottenham 5, Arsenal 2, Watford 0, Aston Villa 2, West Ham United 3, Liverpool 3. The Premier League table as it stands, at the top of the table we have is Chelsea with 27 points. In second we have is Man City with 27 points. In third we have is Arsenal with 24 points. In fourth we have is Liverpool with 23 points. In fifth we have is Tottenham with 21 points. In sixth we have is Aston Villa with 18 points. In seventh we have is Leeds with 17 points. In eighth we have is Leicester City with 16 points. In ninth we have is Manchester United with 15 points. And in 10th we have is AFC Richmond with 13 points. In the bottom half of the table, in 11th we have is Wolves with 13 points. In 12th we have is Newcastle with 12 points. In 13th we have is Brentford with 11 points. In 14th we have his Rangers with 10 points. In 15th we have his Everton with 9 points. In 16th we have his West Ham United with 8 points. In 17th we have his Watford with 8 points. In the relegation zone we have his Southampton with 7 points. In 19th we have his Celtic with 7 points. And last we have his Portsmouth with 3 points. The games for Matchday 11 for next week, we have featuring for next week is the two clubs who've won loads of league titles through the years, as is Liverpool versus Manchester United. We're also going to have a big game also the second match, as we have is Manchester City versus Tottenham Hotspur. And the goals and highlights with AFC Richmond versus Wolves, Celtic versus Leeds, Southampton versus Newcastle, Arsenal versus Watford, Aston Villa versus West Ham United, Portsmouth versus Brentford, and also Chelsea and Leicester, and Everton and Rangers. And that's all we have time for here today of the Premier League here for Match Day 10. From myself here today, Gary Lineker, goodbye for now.